Let's be honest, everyone loves arm day. Like they always say, curls for the girls. But if you're spending half your week chasing bigger biceps and neglecting your shoulders and your lats, you're literally sabotaging your V-taper. Here's the hard truth that most influencers just simply won't tell you. It's not your genetics, it's your training. You've been focusing on the wrong stuff and it's killing your progress. I'm breaking down exactly why you don't have that V-taper physique yet and what you need to start to change immediately to start building it. Stick around to the end because I've got a completely free 90-day workout plan that's built specifically to help you fix these mistakes. You know, you're probably actually training really hard in the gym, but are you training smart? The first mistake is so common. It's probably the reason your physique still looks so average. You're focusing too much on arms and not enough with width. This is where most guys mess up right away. They fall into the trap of assessing over bigger biceps and bigger triceps because arms are the easiest muscles to see in the mirror. While there's nothing inherently wrong with this, the problem is that when you're chasing a V-taper, arms do almost nothing for your silhouette. You might have big arms, but without the right shoulder and lat development, you'll still look narrow and unbalanced. Real width comes from your side delt and your lats. If your training split prioritizes curls and tricep pushdowns over lateral raises and rows, you're training for attention, not aesthetics. If you've been skipping direct side delt work or treating back day like an afterthought, it's time to reframe how you train. Chase the muscles that build shape, not just size. Everyone wants to look bigger, but here's the brutal truth. Size means nothing without the shape. And the real secret to a V-taper is not what you actually think. You ever see a guy who's got a big chest and a big back, but also a chunky waist? Yeah, he looks like a fridge. Even if you've built wide shoulders and strong lats, a bulky waist will kill your V-taper. This is the other half of the equation that barely gets talked about. Seriously, aesthetic physiques are built on contrast. Wide up top, narrow down low. If your waist is thick with fat or you've built it up with heavy oblique work, your torso ends up looking blocky. That tight waist is crucial. It makes everything above it look even wider. The unfortunate truth is that a lot of guys just let themselves get too soft in the midsection. They bulk up without tracking food, neglecting cardio, and then they wonder why they look like a barrel. Even your core training could actually be sabotaging you. Overtraining your obliques with weighted side bends or heavy twisting movements adds bulk to the sides of your waist. That's the opposite of what you want. Instead, train for core strength and tightness with planks, vacuum holds, leg raises, ab rollouts, and above all else, stay lean. Your diet and cardio matter just as much as your training if you're serious about looking aesthetic. If your back days are just lat pull downs and then you call it a day, we seriously need to talk, because right now your lats aren't living up to their full potential and you're making me angry with just doing lat pull downs. Most guys treat lat training like it starts and ends with lat pull downs and pull ups. Vertical pulls are good and they build the length and the high flare of the lats, but
It's not enough.
if you're not training them from multiple angles, you're leaving growth on the table. You need both a vertical and horizontal pulling movements. That's what fills out your back and makes it pop from every single angle. Cable rows, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, these aren't just back exercises. They're lat building essentials. And if you want to stretch and lengthen the lats properly, you should be including some type of dumbbell pullovers or straight arm cable pull downs as well. This is something that I've been neglecting for a little bit now. Ever since I started doing them for more than about a year or so, I've realized that my lats have grown significantly. And this is coming from a guy who has spammed weighted pull-ups. When I actually started to include some kind of pullover, my back just exploded. A properly trained back isn't just wide, it's detailed, it's thick, and it makes you look 10 pounds heavier from behind. Start training your back like a science, not just another bro workout. If I have provided a lot of value to you guys so far, make sure to leave a like on the video. And if you guys want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You've been pressing, but still no width. It's because the muscle that makes your shoulders pop is barely getting touched. The side delts are one of the most overlooked muscle groups when it comes to physique building, and yet they're absolutely essential for creating width. Most pressing movements like the overhead press or bench press primarily hit the front delts and triceps. That means if you're relying on compound lifts alone, your side delts are just getting absolutely left behind. And if your side delts are small, your shoulders will always look narrow, no matter how strong you are. To build that cannonball look and add true shoulder width, you need to be isolating the lateral head of the deltoid with focused, intentional exercises. This means strict lateral raises with dumbbells, cables, or machines. No swinging, no momentum, just clean, controlled reps that keep tension on the muscle. Now, I also have to say this again because I have a friend who picks up 60-pound dumbbells and tries to lateral raise them. Like, I know for a fact he is not feeling his mid delt, especially when he's just swinging it up. The side delts are stubborn. They need frequency, volume, and mind-muscle connection in order to grow. 2 to 3 sessions a week focused just on them will change your entire upper body shape over time. This next point separates guys who train from guys who just throw weights around. If you can't feel the muscle, you're not growing. It's simple as that. You see this all the time in gyms. Dudes swinging dumbbells around like it's CrossFit. Meanwhile, their traps and arms are doing all the lifting, and their target muscle barely even firing. Training isn't just about moving weight. It's about controlling the rep, slowing it down, stretching the muscle fully, and then squeezing it as hard as possible. This is where most people fall short. They don't slow down, they don't focus, and then they blame their genetics when they're not growing. I'm telling you right now, drop the ego, lighten the weight, and learn to train with precision. Instead of just thinking pull the bar down, think pull my elbows into my sides and stretch the lats. When you build a real connection with these muscles, everything changes. You finally start to grow in the right places. You track your bench press, but what about your lateral raises? If you're not treating your width building exercises like serious lifts, you're really holding yourself back. This is the final mistake, and it's a big one. Most guys treat exercises like lateral raises or cable pull downs as fluff, just to get a little pump. That's the wrong mindset. These are the very exercises that builds your width, and they need to be taken seriously. Progressive overload is just for squats and bench presses. It applies to every movement, especially the ones that shape your physique. If you're doing the same weight and reps on your side delt work every week, don't be surprised if you're not seeing progress. You need to push yourself, track your lifts, add a bit more weight, maybe extend the set with drop sets or slow eccentrics. Challenge the muscle. Growth doesn't care if you're doing a compound lift or an isolation movement. It only cares about stimulus. If you treat every set with intensity and track your progress over time, even your lateral raises can become a weapon for a real physique change. What do you guys think? Are you guilty of any of these mistakes in your own training? Or have you seen other guys fall into the same trap, chasing arms, neglecting their waists, skipping the real work that builds shape? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's have a real, honest conversation about what actually creates an aesthetic physique. And if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and finally build that wide, powerful upper body with a lean, tight waist, download my 90-day free workout plan right now. Let's build the physique you actually want together.